Hello, hello, Pisces. Thanks for joining me for your May reading. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before. And I've got a message for you before we even get into your cards. Spirit was saying, as I was shuffling, be bold, tell the truth, and if something is dead, then cut that shit off. Like a dead branch, or like a, if you have a plant, right? And you're growing it, it has multiple branches, but it's kind of spindly. A good gardener knows, okay, I need to snip away a few of these branches because then that really strong root system can give all of its power to these three. Let's just say I've got 7 branches here and I want 3. So let me cut these down. And yes, it may look for a second like, wow, will the plant even live? Yes, and it will ultimately thrive. So don't be afraid to be bold, to try things in a different way, and to let certain things go if they don't seem to be given the returns. That's just what I'm hearing. Okay, we're going to get into some cards. Spirit, please show us what Pisces needs to know for their highest good this month. Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. We want to know what is showing up for them, Spirit. Any elements of their past that you want to bring up because they pertain to the present and the unfolding future. We want to know what Pisces is up to in May and what it serves them to know so that they can navigate the month in the best way and step into the future that is most abundant, peaceful, secure, sweet, satisfying. Just a couple more, please, Spirit, for my Pisces people in the month of May. I see sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising, and dominant folks. What's showing up? Okay. It's funny. Don't be afraid to cut something off if it's not working. Yes. Hey. Wow. You have... Wow. There is massive expansion possible for you. Expansion in terms of like reach, as in more people hearing and seeing what you want them to hear and see. Skills growing, friends, family, like love, talent, skills. But we gotta transcend this insecurity. All of this is available, but we have to face the gate that we are putting in front of ourselves, Pisces. That's what I'm hearing. And no blame, no shame, no judgment. We don't do that here. Okay. Give me just a second. I want to pull one more card for you. Spirit, I see that there is a temptation to hold back, to hold in. What do you want to show Pisces that could be on the other side of that? Wow. Okay. You can see the cards for yourself, Pisces. These 8s. The star is number 17 in the tarot, which reduces to number 8. So it has a relationship to all of the 8s. And you have 3 out of 4 of the 8s present in your reading. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Okay. Sin in the past. 7 of Cups. You have so many dreams, so many aspirations, so many desires, and many talents, many skills, like an embarrassment of riches when it comes to your dreams, your fantasies. And it's getting a little watered down. That's the phrase that Spirit is using, and I love that. I've actually never heard that in relation to the 7 of Cups, but that's accurate. It's like we are watering down our dreams by spreading ourselves a little too thin, having not enough focus on like, okay, yes, I might want all 7 of these things. I want a mansion, and I want to be on TV, and I want to whatever. I'm not telling you to get rid of any of those cups, but I would say which one or which couple deserve your focus at this time because you might be tricking yourself into avoiding all of them. That's just what I'm fucking hearing and saying. This Eight of Swords is sitting in the present. It's a little bit frozen energy. The Eight of Swords has something in common with the Four of Pentacles that follows it, which is insecurity. What if I'm not good enough? What if this goes wrong? What if I can't have this? Well, okay, I can go, but first I got to get this, and this, and then I can go. And all of this, you know, if you've been there, and you know that we can run all kinds of circles around ourselves to trick ourselves out of moving forward, expanding, opening up to more, and to being seen more. These are general readings, of course, Pisces. You know that because you're watching it here on YouTube. But Spirit is saying different things for a few different Pisces that are going to be listening to this. Because some of you want to be seen and heard, and you consider yourselves to be messengers, and so you are. Your persona card for this month is the Page of Wands. That's the messenger, the bearer of a bright torch, a bright light, an adventurous, curious, bold, innocent spirit that is willing to try. You know, they're naked. They're wearing their little cape. You can see them there in the photo, but they are nude. And that rhymes with the Star, who is sitting as the clarifying card for your future. Are you hiding because you're afraid what the world will think of you if they know who you really are, or what you really have, or what you really don't have? Maybe you feel like you need to be richer or more abundant in some sense. Like Spirit is showing me again a couple different things where it's like, for some of you, it's literally money. It's like, I'm feeling tight and I'm afraid to make any adjustments because what if that throws off or makes me lose even the little bit that I do have? And for others of you, it's like you are hiding yourself, you are cloistering yourself in your little fortress, like this guy is. He's wearing a crown, he's wearing furs, he's surrounded by all this land and water and goodness, and yet he's chosen to make this little bitty sandbox size little fortress for himself, and he's like, I can't move. I can't move. What if I lose something? What if somebody takes it all away? Nobody can take your essence away from you, and Spirit is asking you to think of yourself as a renewable resource. Maybe you're starting to get confused and think that, like, if you are too creative, you'll run out. You won't run out. You are a renewable resource. As long as you're taking care of yourself, as long as you are not running yourself ragged and spreading yourself too thin, which is a potential, which is a possibility here. Now, beautifully, you have genius floating around you right now. The Magician sits in the position representing what is around and available to you, and the Magician is genius. The Magician is manifestation. The Magician is Eureka. I have figured out a way to put my wand, pentacle, sword, and cup together in this new configuration to make this new thing. So if you are feeling like you don't have enough, or the materials are not enough, or you need more and different and exotic things, it's like, oh, I need to go get this piece of equipment, or I need this program, or I need this and that before I can do the thing. No, you don't. You don't. Eight of Swords, you might be hiding behind that. You might be telling yourself you need this or that before you can do this thing. And listen, Pisces, let my Libra soul, let my diplomatic tendencies show through here. If you are truly lacking for something, I'm not trying to bypass that. But I am saying there are workarounds. There are genius remix ways to make what you need or tap into your community. Hopes and fears, being seen and appreciated. And Spirit is saying something really poignant, which is like, it is hard to connect with people who don't allow themselves to receive. So it may not be that you're not getting something that you want because nobody wants to give it to you. It may be because you're kind of like holding back and holding in and holding on because you don't want to be vulnerable, because you don't want to be caught off guard or caught like with less than perfect or whatever. Well, Spirit is like, we actually want you to be your whole vulnerable true self. We don't want you to hide from your imperfections or Even quote unquote being misunderstood by people, like that's just a byproduct of being who you are. So if you're holding yourself back or waiting until you have the perfect verbiage or whatever so that nobody will misunderstand you, that's a fool's errand, and not in the good sense, not the holy fool. That is a wild goose chase, that is an endless loop. People will misunderstand you. Shine as yourself anyway. Be weird. Do something you've never seen anybody else do before. The star wears no armor, not even any clothes. She shares what she has to give, and she appreciates and enjoys what it yields. When the star shows up, we don't know every step that we're supposed to take. We just know that our soul is calling us in a certain direction, and that it would feel too costly to, refuse that call. I've got a little tip for you. Here's an astrological tip. Go to whatever website. I know one of them is alabe.com. There's astrotheme.com. There's several. Look up free birth chart generator. Put in your birth information. And look for where the north node is in your chart. Look for the sign and the house. If you want to share it in the comments, I will be happy to give you some feedback. Or you can just go on a little Google adventure and be like, okay, I have North Node in Scorpio in the 5th house. What does that mean? The North Node is our North Star. It is where our soul is calling us. It is where growth and fulfillment lie, which is very much outside of our comfort zone. Quick astrology lesson. We all have a North Node and we have a corresponding South Node, the opposite house and the opposite sign, and that's where we've been before. We know all the rules. We got a doctorate in whatever that is. We know it so well that we're a little bit stuck in it, and it's tempting to just hold ourselves back in our South Node, in our old way of being. But you have outgrown something. You've outgrown your fortress. You've outgrown your armor, is what Spirit is saying. So it will feel increasingly uncomfortable to hold yourself in and hold yourself back. So strip down, show off, share with the world what you want them to know. Page of Wands. Here's the 8 of Wands, your guidance. I love this card for many reasons, one of which is the rainbow, which shows that we have come through a difficult or cloudy time and things have become clear. 8 of Wands is lots of activity and communication. If you want an opportunity, ask for it. Submit those grants, submit those applications, submit that resume, send that letter, do that cold call. And open up your own gates. And, if you're like, I'm open to getting interviewed on podcasts or whatever, let people know that. Open. I keep hearing it. Be open. Open your arms. Anything that, again, you are missing or you feel like you need, it's not something that you need to go out and create or earn or whatever for yourself. Open yourself up to community and let yourself be surprised in how it magically seems to manifest in your life in some weird way. Maybe for some of you, it's like you start talking really publicly about what it is you're trying to do. And you're trying to do something that involves really fancy photography equipment that you don't currently own. And somebody is so touched by what it is that you share that they're like, listen, I've got thousands of dollars worth of camera equipment that I'm not even using. Would you be willing to send me your address? Because I would love to just send it to you. And suddenly, here it is. The thing that you felt like, God, how am I going to make the money for that? How am I going to figure out how to open up? Share the wealth. Share the love. Share your message. Open your heart. The key to your entire reading. As you sit and engage with your skills, your money, your idea, as opposed to trying to perfect it. Not sitting and drawing out and redrawing and redrawing and redrawing the design for a sculpture, going and grabbing the clay, sitting down at the table with the apron on and getting dirty with it. Play with your idea, play with your skill, and you will find yourself growing. You will never make it perfect inside the fucking airtight realm of your fucking head. Take off the blindfold. pull down the swords. You put that gate up yourself. So you can take it down. New things want to arrive at a whole different, more exciting gate. So get yourself walking, Paige. Get yourself there, because something is arriving. You want to meet it in divine timing. How's that sit on you, Pisces? How's that feel? What's that bring up for you? Questions, stories, reflections? I'm always pleased to hear them, so I deeply appreciate those of you who take the time to comment, like, dislike. That's fine. I appreciate honesty. Listen. And if you vibe, subscribe. It does a lot for me, and it just makes me excited every time I see a new subscriber. So I appreciate you, Pisces. Thank you for being here. I really hope that this helps you have a more fun, magical, abundant, fruitful month. And if I don't see you before then I hope I will see you in your mid-month reading. Bye, Pisces.